I do this for many reasons other than to look at what you want done, especially if you're a new client. Because I got to feel you out, just like you got to feel me out. I also need to add in communication. It's a big one. Most of my clients like to be highly involved in the project and a labor per hour, plus maybe a little bit of profit. It's a whole different overhead and system, though. I don't got people to pay. And if I find a big surprise that will cost you more than the expectation I gave you, I will thoroughly explain it before proceeding. That's how I operate. That's not how everybody operates. But it should give you an idea of what you should expect from someone when you're doing, like, when they're doing their estimate stuff. It really shouldn't be just, all right, here's what I want done. You go give me an estimate and give me no explanation of what it's about. You can do it that way. Most people do it that way, but you can ask questions. So big picture stuff. Let's say you need to replace the toilet. This is an example of how different people operate. Let's say you've already removed the old toilet and you find that the flange, that ring around the big drain pipe underneath your toilet that the toilet secures to with those 2 bolts, you see that that's all eaten up. When you call in your licensed plumber, like if you just saw a commercial or an ad, call in the licensed plumber from a local company with like multiple locations, licensing and lots of overhead. That one that pops up first online. Here's what you're most likely going to get because they're a bigger company. You call them and they send someone out. The moment they walk through the door, it's $75 to $150 just to walk through the door. This is the assessment and estimate cost. It's a necessary cost, especially for them, because they can't be running around giving free estimates. There's no such thing as a free estimate. I hope you guys know that. They can't be running around giving free estimates to everyone who saw their advertisement. They just eat up too much time. They go broke. So if this is an older, rusted metal pipe that's underneath your toilet, they'll most likely want to cut that pipe off to the point where there's no visible degradation. They'll couple on a new pipe section and a new flange on it. That'll probably be, we'll say, around $750 plus the estimate fee. To do this, they may need to cut a large hole in the lower level ceiling underneath your toilet. If you got like a finished basement, they're going to cut that out so they can cut. Or maybe right underneath the toilet around that flooring, especially if there happens to be a lot of floor damage. Then they do their fix, and sometimes the hole repair is on you. They're not a drywaller. They're not into floor repair. They're just do the plumbing. They'll take it all out, but they're not going to put it back in. It all depends on the company. You need to ask that before you sign on, right? So we'll say $100 for the estimate by the well-trusted professional company, $750 for the plumbing itself. Let's guess another $300 for the big hole patch. So you're looking at about $1,150, and you haven't even gotten the toilet installed yet. And this kind of goes the same for bigger HVAC and electrical companies as well. I'm not saying that this is wrong. Most houses could use updating. But if you were expecting a $200 toilet install and you're hit with $1,150 before you even get to what you wanted, not everybody can afford that. So then they're looking for a guy like me. So a guy like me will come in and say, yeah, I could do it that way, or I could just run to the store and grab any of the 5 Fix-A-Flange kits off the shelf for like $12, install it and the new toilet for about $250. And if you need any other work done, like painting the bathroom or putting in a light fixture or whatever, I can do that too. And I can do all that without you needing to call multiple companies to come out and do it. So a good handyman or renovator will give you options. And your options generally come in levels. Just get it working again / temporary fix. Get it good enough / fix the symptom but not the problem. it'll last you a couple of years, or the best repair possible / you won't need to worry about it again. If you're trying to get a ballpark estimate over the phone or online without me physically inspecting the scope of work to be done, I absolutely need to assume there will be unforeseen surprises, and I need to price accordingly. We see things entirely differently than the inexperienced, and even some of the experienced. We need to assume that you have no clue what you're talking about, or the buddy you have giving you advice is equally clueless. I'm not saying that you are, but believe me, I need to assume it. Because it just wastes everybody's time you know what I'm saying. So we get quote shopping calls often. People who are just starting to wrap their head around how things might cost and look for the best deals. But beware of low estimates, because it's like wanting to get this, it's like finding a carpet cleaner and you want to get all these stains out of your carpet, and you saw some coupon or deal on a basic carpet shampooing, which only gets the dirt out, and the upsell is stain removal costs significantly more. And that can happen with like quick bids and stuff. To be like what I was talking about with the toilet. Yeah, it's no problem throwing a toilet in. But if I didn't see it, I can't give you a good estimate and be like, this is what we're working with also. It's not just your toilet. So here's the juggle. I need to get it to the price a homeowner wants without ripping myself off. This is where an inexperienced worker will take a job and they either don't know how to price or they get talked down to a lower cost. Lower than a cost that was already coming in lower than the larger experienced guys, the other guys. And it's funny because you're talking someone down on cost that you know nothing about how the cost is. You just want to talk them down. Anyways, be careful with that. I think I did another video on that already. But a final note, please remember, as a client, it's the year 2025. Things are costly. Like an increase of 40% more than what you have in your head of what it should cost. And this is like all around for everything type of cost. Yeah, you can find some things that haven't gone up that much this week, but I think you're smelling what I'm selling here. Examples, my favorite candy bar at the gas station just went up 17%. Was $2.99, now it's like $3.50. Just happened the other day. And that's on top of the 17% it went up last year. So like 6 months ago. It's the same with my favorite fast food breakfast sandwich. Many remember when this and that used to cost this or that amount. It does not apply. Those days are gone. It's an entirely different world now. So just be prepared for that. I'm just saying. Because I'm super low cost pretty much. Like I'm kind of under average, I think. And people are still like, holy cow. And I'm like, and I'm low. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps. I'll delve into more details in other videos, but that should be a good start.